We're going to turn our Bibles this morning to the book of John. John chapter 10. And I want to thank Wesley for his kind words of welcome. I would be happily sitting down where you are today. And the butterflies are an awful handling. But anyway, we'll work through them and we'll see how the Lord, we know the Lord will give help. But it is nice to be back with you. But I'd rather the pastor was here and doing this job. Let's turn in John chapter 10. And we're going to read together from verse 23. Verse 23, please. And I've entitled this wee message, folks, very simply, how well do you know the shepherd's voice? It's not by any means some big theological sermon. I think it's just very practical, and I hope it'll be very helpful to you today. But it's the wee question simply asked, how well do you know his voice? And sometimes we know plenty of people's voices, but the question is, how well do you know and how well do I know his voice? Can I distinguish his voice from other voices? Because we live in a world where we're bombarded with voices. You know, some of us, we can talk plenty for ourselves. You know the wee saying, the reason why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, that you might listen twice as much as you talk. But for some of us, you'd think God gave us 2 mouths and only 1 ear, for we talk twice as much as we listen. Sometimes, you ask people, how are you doing? Or they ask you, how are you doing? And even before you've answered the question, they've hit you with another question, because they're not listening. Because they're too busy just wanting to find out about you. But the question I'm just putting out this morning, the wee theme of our message is, how well do you know his voice, the master, the shepherd's voice? Verse 23, it says, and Jesus walked in the temple of Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews